I wanted to create the shortest full course for HTML. When I searched for HTML courses on YouTube, I found a full course that claimed to be just 5 minutes long. Believe me, that is not a complete course. Many claim you can learn HTML in just 1 hour, but I believe it can be done even quicker. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the full HTML course by Spido Company. Learning something takes time, and I guarantee that after these course, you will be a master of HTML. There will be nothing new to you after this course. Make sure to subscribe and like this video to give energy to our company. First, you need to download an IDE. I suggest you download VS Code. To download VS Code, simply click on the link I provided in the description, then download the format that best suits your device. I have already downloaded it, so I don't need to download it again. After downloading VS Code, you need to open it and download 2 extensions. Go to the extensions part and search for Live Server, then press Install. After that, search for HTML CS support and download it too. Now you have a great code editor, which we call an IDE, to start your development. This is our Assets folder, which contains images, audio, and a video that we will use in this course. We need to create a new folder in a specific location of your choice and call it HTML course. Next, in the File section of VS Code, select Open Folder and locate our HTML course folder. Then drag and drop our Assets folder inside the HTML course folder. Now we have our assets inside VS Code. As you can see, we have an audio file, a video, and this is my picture when I was hired by Spido Company. Look how happy I am! Every file has a format, and for HTML, it's .html. Programmers usually name the first page or welcome page of a website index. And we will name it index too, but you can name it whatever you want. Every HTML document has a doc-type HTML tag at the top of it. This tag indicates to search engines that our document type is HTML. First, I want to talk about comments in programming. Comments are text meant only for programmers. Neither web browsers nor compilers run comments. I am going to use comments often to write notes for you to better understand the topics. To make a comment in HTML, you have to write less than mark, exclamation point, 4 dashes, and then greater than mark. After the 2 dashes, you can write your text. Almost all HTML tags have both an opening and a closing tag. To open a tag, we use this format. To close it, we place a slash at the beginning like this. However, some tags like img, br, and hr do not require a closing tag and follow different rules. Everything inside an HTML document should be enclosed within the HTML tags. This is why we open the HTML tag. Inside the HTML tag, there are 2 main sections, the head tag and the body tag. The head tag is primarily used for search engines and SEO engineers' work. It contains metadata and information about the web page. However, it's important to understand that everything visible on a web page should be written inside the body tag. I believe the most important tag inside the head tag is the title tag. The title tag defines the title of our web page. Whatever we write between the opening title and closing title tags becomes the title displayed for this web page. And now I will set my title to be HTML course. One of the important types of tags inside the head part is the meta tags. Among them, the description meta tag is crucial. Meta tags have 2 parts, name and content. To create a description meta tag, we use name equals description in the name part, and in the content part, we write a brief description of what our web page is about. Another important meta tag is the keywords meta tag. In this tag, we write keywords related to our web page inside the content attribute, separating each keyword with a comma. Another meta tag is the charset equals UTF-8 meta tag, specifies that the HTML document is encoded using UTF-8, ensuring proper display of characters across different languages and symbols on web pages. The viewport meta tag helps make websites responsive by setting the page width to match the device's width, width equals device width, and ensuring the initial zoom level, initial scale equals 1, is set correctly. When searching download VS Code in a web browser, the title of the site typically reflects this query, while the description meta tag provides a brief summary of the web page's content, optimized for search engines. To open our web page using the live server extension we installed earlier, simply right-click on our HTML document and select Open with Live Server. Congratulations! You now have a basic HTML document up and running. At the top, you can see the title that we set earlier as well. And if we change our title to HTML, you will see the updated title at the top as well. Let's change our title to Spider Co HTML course, and you will see the updated title at the top as well. As mentioned before, the head tag enhances our SEO, while everything visible on web pages is contained within the body tag. Let's start by discussing headings. For example, on this web page, we have a heading. By right-clicking on it and selecting Inspect, we can identify that it's a heading. Headings range from H1 to H6. Writing H1 to H6 determines their sizes. H1 is the largest, and H6 is the smallest. Now let's get into paragraphs. We can write paragraphs using two tags, p and pre, but we usually use p tags. I generated 100 random words using lorem 100 inside a p tag, and this is our result. The issue with the p tag is that when we go to a new line in VS Code or our IDE, it doesn't automatically create a new line on the website. To break lines within a paragraph, we need to use the br tag. Another way to create paragraphs is by using the pre tag, but I don't recommend using it for various reasons that you'll learn about later. If we write something inside the pre tag, we get a result like this. If we go to another line within a pre tag in our code, it will also go to a new line on the web page. We have several tags to style our text, such as I, sup, and sub. To make our text italic, we use the I tag. To make text smaller, we use the small tag. To make a text a subscript of another text, we use the sub tag. And to make a text a superscript of another text, we use the sup tag. To include images in our web page, we use the img tag. The img tag has two important attributes. 1. The src attribute, where we provide the path to our image. 2. The alt attribute, which provides alternative text to display if the image cannot be loaded for any reason. Every dot inside the src attribute navigates up one directory level. By using dots, we have two options. We can go back to our file's location or choose the assets folder. Inside the assets folder, we have an images folder that contains our image. By doing this, we can correctly reference and display our image. Let's create another folder next to our HTML file and name it HTML. Inside this folder, create an HTML file. In VS Code, typing HTML and pressing Enter will suggest a simple HTML code template. To display an image from this new location, we use the img tag with the src attribute. Using two dots inside the src attribute moves us back one directory level. Now we have three options: assets, HTML folder, and index.html file. We choose assets, then images, and select our image to be displayed. Hope you've learned how to display images this way. To display audio on our web page, we use the audio tag. Inside the audio tag, we use the source tag, which has two attributes. The first attribute, src, specifies the path to our audio file, similar to the eng tag. The second attribute, type, defines the type of audio file, for example, audio MP3 for MP3 files. For displaying videos, we follow the same process but use the video tag instead of audio. We also adjust the type attribute accordingly for video files.
I love you, my handsome developer. I love you, my handsome developer. I love you, my handsome developer. I love you, my.
By clicking on the three dots next to them, you can download the audio or video files. Additionally, you can adjust the playback speed. To display a random YouTube video on your website, click on Share, then Embed. Copy the iframe code provided and paste it into your HTML code. Now you can watch the YouTube video inside your web page by embedding it using the iframe code. Now it's time to create links to other web pages. We have two kinds of links, external links and internal links. For both, we use the same method, but the href attributes value will be different. We can create links using the tag, which has an href attribute. Whatever we write between the opening A and closing A tags will be clickable on the web page. Inside the href attribute, we need to write the URLs of other websites or the paths to other web pages within our website. This time, we set the href value to https www.google.com. When we click on the link, the Google web page will open. We also create an internal link to navigate within our website by setting the href to the location of another web page. For example, when we click on the google.com text, it takes us to the Google search page. When we click on the next link, it navigates to another page within our site. By adding more A tags, we can easily move backward and forward, allowing us to switch between pages seamlessly. Now it's time to talk about tables. As you can see, every table has a head section and a body section. In HTML, we use the same structure. To create the head section, we use the thead tag, and to create the body section, we use the tbody tag. To create a row inside a table, we use the tr tag. To create columns inside the head part of our table, we use the th tag within the tr tag. When we use the multiply symbol, it allows us to create multiple elements. For example, th multiply 3 will generate 3 th elements. We write name, age, and height inside the th elements. To write data under the headers, we create a row inside the tbody tag. Instead of using th tags for columns, this time we use td tags. We repeat this process 2 more times and then write some football player data inside each td. Now we can see our table. For now, let's ignore adding borders to the table. We'll learn how to do that in the CSS course. Now we're going to talk about lists, ordered lists, and unordered lists. These are our two main types of lists. You'll see the difference between them soon. To create an ordered list, we use the OL tag. Inside it, we have multiple LI tags, each containing an item. To create an unordered list, we follow the same process but use the UL tag instead of OL. Now you can see our lists. The upper list is our ordered list, which is numbered from 1 to 3. The lower list is our unordered list, where items are separated by circles. It's time to talk about inline tags and block tags. In summary, inline tags take up only as much width as they need, while block tags take up the full width available. For example, if we write 2 tags, they appear next to each other. If we use the Inspect tool and move our mouse over them, you can see they occupy only the width they need. In summary, inline tags take up only as much width as they need, while block tags take up the full width available. For example, if we write 2 A tags and 2 div tags, the A tags will appear next to each other, while the div tags will not. If we use the Inspect tool and move our mouse over the A tags, you can see they occupy only the width they need. However, if we inspect the div tags, you can see that they take up the full width. We use div tags to separate different parts of our web pages, such as the navbar, footer, sidebar, and more. Finally, let's talk about forms. Forms consist of labels and input fields. To create a form, we use the form tag. Since we don't have backend code, we leave the action attribute empty. Each label and input field pair is wrapped in a div for organization. Every label tag has a for attribute that corresponds to the ID attribute of its associated input field. For example, to create an input field where users can enter their name, we use input type equals text. Inputs have two important attributes, name, which is used in backend processing, and ID, which matches the for attribute of its corresponding label. There are different types of input fields, such as numbers, dates, and more, each serving specific purposes that you can test yourself. To send this data to the backend, we use a button element with type equals submit. This button triggers the form submission and sends the data to the server. There are two methods for sending form data, get and post, specified in the form tag. Let's start with the get method to see the differences. First, check the URL. Then fill out the form and press submit. You'll notice the URL changes, appending the form data after a question mark. This method is not secure for sensitive information. Now, let's try the post method. It sends data to the server, but since we don't have server-side code, it will result in an error. There are different types of buttons, such as the reset button, which clears all filled fields when clicked. Finally, our course is over. I'll push this code to GitHub for you to download if you want. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and motivate us to continue our good work.